All right, well, I just got my order of Total Bolt stuff in that I ordered. I ordered this like 2 days ago, so this is like super fast. I ordered it literally Thursday, and I got it Saturday afternoon. All right, so in the box, I got some slow hardener for the epoxy. I've also got the more solvent cleaner wash. Total strip, I'm going to use this to clean the bilge area and any other paint that I need to remove. And I'm going to use this to epoxy all the inside decks, as well as put down the Kuza board inside the fish boxes. And hopefully these are the last 2 gallons of resin that I need. Hopefully that'll be enough.
Hopefully it'll be enough.
Hopefully, we'll see.
Just got my stuff in from Total Boat. Might need to get some more. Not sure, you know.
You're not funny.
Might need to get some more of this here laminating resin, you know. But Total Boat's great. They send everything in like 2 days. Shout out to Total Boat. Got my hardener here. What I'm thinking about doing is taking some epoxy and epoxy on this part of the boat.
I'm not talking to you anymore. Go inside. Nobody needs your help. All right, one of the next things I got to do is I'm installing a drain plug in basically the drain hole on each side of the inside stringers. I'll flip you around here so you can see. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put it in here so that way I can drain all these boxes. So this is where the fuel tank is, and if you remember, I'm sure if you watch the previous videos, all this used to be filled with water and foam. Well, if any water ever gets in kind of behind the fuel tank, it's going to be sealed off, but any water ever gets in there, or water gets off now that I've cut these decks in, I'll be able to drain it here into the bilge, and the bilge pump will pick it up and then take it out. So there'll be a drain plug here and a drain plug here. So I'll be able to either reach in and pull the plug here on each side. And I'm also going to cut in a hatch, a door right here, that's going to have a hatch that lifts up to be able to get to the bilge area when I build this bilge area here. So either way, but right now I'm just going to set it up to where I'm going to tie it in here and be able to pull the plug out, or from the inside. We'll see. So I'm using a 1 1/8" bit hole saw, and we'll drill my hole. And I got my plug in. I'm going to 5200 this in, and then I'm going to cut this back a little bit and 5200 around this side as well, with it to drain into the bilge and then pump the water out. So I was going to do the same thing to that side, but looks pretty good. I think it'll work out really well. Now I'm taking epoxy this in and glass this a little bit right here, so it'll make it permanent. All right, so this is the last piece right here that I had to do in the fuel tank hold right here. This is just a support for this beam. I don't think I really had to do it, but I did it on the other side. since I did it on the other side, I wanted to make sure I did it on this side as well. But it just gives extra support for that beam going across there for the outside stringer. And I'll flip you around here. This is the fish box on the starboard side. I've got my drain plug glassed in, or I got it epoxied in using the Total Boat structural putty. And I've got my insulation. This is a 1/2-inch Kuza board that I'm using for insulation for the bottom of the fish box here, and it's got 1 inch with 1.5 inch all the way around it to insulate it, and then I'm a little bit back there in the back of the back corner. But I'm gonna fill this in, all these little cracks right here, in with more structural putty. It just came in, so I'm gonna go ahead and start doing that. But this is the glass I've got laid in. Then I'll glass the top of it. Got it all cut in, and I got a line marked here on the bottom for my creases, so once I wet this out I can put it back in and I know right where it should go. All right, well, I've got that fish box glassed in. So pretty much just need to let it sit for a minute. I'll come back in with finishing resin and then recoat. Just finish it out with the finishing resin. And the same thing for this side right here on the outside stringer. I'll coat it with finishing resin, and then all that will be cured. I'll let it sit overnight, cure. I'll come back in and grind and sand it tomorrow. Sand this box out, and then she'll be ready for bilge paint. And then I've got this last box over here on the port side. Once I do that, then I'll go ahead and grind and sand it, and then bilge paint everything else. Once I paint the both sides of the bilge on the port side and starboard side, then I will epoxy the deck plates in. So it's coming together really, really quick. I think by next week I'll have all my deck plates epoxied in that had to be epoxied in. I'll epoxy these 2 deck plates, and then I'll epoxy the ones up in the front. But hopefully by the end of the week, next week, Lord willing, I'll be able to epoxy all the deck down, and then it'll be a solid deck ready to go. I'll still have to fair it and get ready to paint it. I'm going to paint the inside of the boat and stuff first, just because I don't have the console on the boat, so I'm able to keep it underneath the house here. So I'm going to get all that stuff painted inside underneath the house, and then once I put the console on it, then I'll paint the outside and the bottom paint. I'm probably going to have to put the boat back in the water for a few days to get a good water line on the boat, see where the new water line is, and if it changed at all, I'm not sure. But when I do that, then I'll have a good water line to repaint the outside of the hull and the bottom paint. So it's just a process, one step at a time. But so far it looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with her. Very, very thankful the way she's turning out. Let's see. And the last thing, that once I get all the deck plates epoxied, then I'll have to work on the deck plates over the fuel tank, and that'll be pretty much the next big thing that I need to deal with. Once I do that, then I will be able to mount my brackets for my console and 5200 and bolt them down and put my console back on, plug it in, and then we're off we go. I did take out my batteries yesterday. I'm gonna repaint this, and I'm gonna put new batteries in there anyway. Those batteries were from 2016. They work great when I turn the motor off, but it's still they're well over their limited warranty on them. So they're still pretty old, so I'm gonna get new batteries. Before I paint it, once I get everything glass and sand it down, before I paint it, I'm going to take and wash this entire boat out with some Simple Green and clean it up really good, and then come back in and wipe it down with the de-waxer cleaner, so that way I can get most of the dust I can possibly get out of this thing, because it is pretty dusty. But that's pretty much it for right now, guys. Well, I'm gonna keep at it. All right, well, I've got this fish box, the insulation laid down for the fish box in. Flip you around here so you can check it out. I laid a 1/2-inch Kuza board in the bottom. This is going to get glassed in just like I did the starboard side. And I've taken and permanently sealed in the drain plug right there with the structural putty from Total Boat. And I've used it also to glass down or glue down the 1/2-inch Kuza board as well. Once this hardens, I'll come back in, lay one layer of 1708 just like I did the starboard side, and that will finish out the fish box. So it'll have a 1 inch all the way around, 1.5 on the front, and then a 1/2 inch on the top and bottom. So it should be a pretty well insulated fish box, especially just for a kill box, you know, for a day's worth of fishing. So I'm looking forward to having these two boxes back here in the stern. So, but it's coming along pretty good. I've got 6 cans laid out, so kind of pressing it down where it needs to go. I've already grinded it out and got a really good kind of a funnel down to the drain, so that way it flows really smooth, and all the trash will, you know, flow out and then be pumped out with the sump pumps. All right, one step at a time. She's coming together.